Our viewer question today is about gluten, and they have asked, do you think we should avoid gluten even if we don't have an allergy or a sensitivity to it?
Fascinating question, and I'm a lot more open to the implications of that than I used to be. We did our master class in plant-based clinical nutrition, and several times in preparing for these classes in autoimmune disease and GI diseases and skin diseases, again and again the gluten issue would come up in so many of these conditions that I began to having a lot more respect for what a problematic molecule that is for a lot of people in diseases you wouldn't think, in psoriasis. There's a lot of people with bad psoriasis, when they pull the gluten out, whoa, it makes a huge difference. And acne, and Crohn's disease, and ulcerative colitis, and asthma, to the point where you can do all the blood tests you want, but your body's the best lab test going, and it's free. If there's any question, if you're wrestling with one of these chronic conditions, absolutely do the obvious experiment for a good 6 weeks, 2 months. Stop all gluten in all forms. Stop all breads, all pastas, all baked goods, anything, beer, anything that may have a trace of gluten in it for a good couple of months at least. And then check in with symptom X, whatever it is, your skin, your lungs, your migraines, whatever it is. Note them before you go gluten-free, how many times you're using a puff of your asthma inhaler, or how many pimples you had on your face, or how the area of your psoriasis, whatever it is. See if you can quantitate it. Then nix on the gluten, a good 90 days, a good 3 months, just be free of the stuff. And that not only lets the residual molecules clear out of lymphocytes, etc., but it lets the inflammatory reactions in the various tissues subside. So have a good 90 days, good 3 months there. If you do it starting, have a great bash on New Year's Eve, and then January, February, March, zip on the gluten. And come early April, say, okay, well, how's my whatever, some psoriasis or colitis, whatever it is. Give yourself an honest trial without the stuff, and quantitate, see how you're doing. And then, I think it's pretty benign, do the challenge test. Then have a big plate of whole wheat spaghetti, or 4 slices of whole wheat bread, and plenty of water there, and see what the next week brings. Just in general, how you feeling, but with your target organ. How's your skin doing? How's your lungs doing? How's your gut doing? Whatever it is, whatever you think might be complaining about the gluten. So find out once and for all. You really need to know, because I think a lot of people have a low-grade percolating gluten intolerance and don't know it, but but their eyes are always dry, or they don't have a good night's sleep, or they got some low-grade symptom that they're not associating with it. So I personally have no problem with gluten. I eat a bunch of spaghetti. I'm great the next day. I don't have a problem with it. But if you're wrestling with a chronic issue of any type, and gluten is all back there nibbling at your awareness, try the 90-day test without it, and then re-challenge yourself and see, find out, and you'll know, and it won't cost you a penny. So that's my take on a very increasingly important question. Is gluten an issue for me? Find out. You now know how.
Absolutely. And you're right. It's free, and it's a very good way. Your body will let you know. I would just like to add on to anyone out there that's thinking about trying that. If you are eating any processed foods, gluten is in a lot of things you wouldn't think. So if you are doing a 90-day, just make sure you check labels of anything that's packaged, because they sneak it in a lot of things.
Professor Annie, right on the money. Absolutely. Read that label. And if you see semolina or durum wheat, or see any other gluten disguises there. But it can be in various other types. But semolina or durum, it's wheat. Okay, well, you got the point. So go gluten-free for a while. See what you learn. Hi, everyone. Dr. Michael Klaper here, announcing our new format for our Q&A with Dr. K. Annie Hagen will be asking me one question that's been sent in by our viewers. So if you want to see if your question is getting answered, do join us for our Q&A with Dr. K right here. Hope to see you then.